Welcome back, friends, to another The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Liz87 here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Barret's Lost Chapter coming to the global version of the game. Now, upon making this video, it's actually day of, so January 6th, UTC time. So hopefully I can help you guys in deciding if you guys should pull for Barret, should pull for Tifa, skip out on their banner. So let's get into that, friends. But first things first, friends. Question of the day. Do you guys like coffee? And if you do, what kind? Oh, it's some good stuff. I think me personally, we go to a store, there's some kind of like Colombian blend. I'm usually into like breakfast blends, Colombian blends, so let me know down below in the comments if you guys are into coffee. Alright, friends, so let's get into it. Barret's Lost Chapter. We will be getting that the day of making this video. Barret and Tifa will be receiving reworks also. But Mog's kind of pissed off right here in the bottom left-hand corner. He's kind of mad. I don't know why he's mad. He should be happy. Maybe he doesn't like Tifa? Ugh, I don't know about that one. But unlike the previous banners that we just had for the New Year's campaign and all that wonderful stuff, this is not getting a free multi-draw. Just throwing that out there, friends. This is not getting a free multi-draw. It's not stated anywhere here on the slide, and they did not say so during the Square Enix live stream. All right, friends? So it is what it is, friends. It is what it is. Now, let's take a look at Barret first. Why? Because Tifa is my ultimate supreme waifu, and I want to talk about her a second. But Barret, this is his event. He is pretty much a physical attack buffer. He is like a hardcore buffer. He is a red crystal affinity character. He uses guns, a gun category. He does have a machine gun attached to his arm, ranged. So let's take a look at his abilities. They're really not that complicated, friends. They are really not that complicated. Now, his first one is called Big Shot. It will grant him physical attack up for a few turns. His 15 CP passive will increase the potency of this by small amounts, but his 55 strength, crystal strength passive will grant this physical attack up to the party, to the allies, which is not bad. This is pretty good. I'm glad that that's a part of his crystal 55. He will get additional uses, and it'll hit harder and more brave hits, and then it will trigger an HP attack after use. That's pretty damn sweet. It's not that complicated. Overflows at 120%. I actually did look up the potencies because I'm comparing her to another support that we do have like in 10 days, give or take. Now his physical attack up with Big Shot is a 30% attack up. Physical attack up to the party. I did look this up on Safina's, and hopefully I did read that correctly. So that's not bad. 30% up to for physical. Now that's either melee or a range type of damage. That's decent. That is pretty good if I do say so myself. Now his second ability is Grenade Bomb. Now this is where more team utility comes into play. Now what Avalanche does, it will raise the party's max brave and attack based on the number of stacks. Max stacks is at 5. This will further raise own max brave and attack. Now with his 35 CP weapon, this will grant 2 additional stacks of Avalanche. And his crystal 60. Now this is where more the damage comes in. It'll increase the number of hits, the brave potencies, the overflow, extends the durations of Avalanche, HP attack after use, HP damage split amongst all enemies. While Avalanche is active, this is where Barret now has access to his Brave Attack Plus, HP Attack Plus, which is just essentially range Brave hit followed by an HP attack. Now the potencies of Avalanche, max brave and attack up to the party at 5 stacks is 40%. Now if you by some chance lose these stacks during combat, you just happen to forget, which I've done plenty of times over on JP. Oh my, I can't count how many times I've done that, just because sometimes the characters in Japanese, I can't read them, and I didn't familiarize myself with Avalanche. They fall off, but thanks to his 35 CP weapon passive and at base, you can get 3 stacks back just by using Avalanche, so you can get them back rather quickly. It's not like 1 stack at a time like other characters. It's 3 stacks, so that I do like the fact that you can recover Avalanche back much more quickly, so to say. Now his additional ability will grant the party more physical attack up for 3 turns. Now it's not a unique frame buff like Avalanche, and it's not just a generic physical attack up like from his Big Shot. It's just that little counter below him, so that counts as its own physical attack up. Now with its Bloomstone, this will increase the duration of physical attack up for 2 turns. So with his big shot passive, 30% plus this, now you're looking at 45% physical attack up on top of his max raven attack up to the party, 40%. Man, those are some pretty good buffs to the party. Now the only I guess we'll get to the one downside after we take a look at his EX weapon. Now his EX weapon, enemy launcher. This is where Barret, of course, it's better. Even just at base. Now what this does is satellite beam. It's 15 hit AoE Brave plus HP attack, 150% max Brave overflow. The Brave damage are dispersed, HP damage is split amongst all enemies. But this is the fun part. Grants satellite for 3 turns. So after any type of HP attack that Barret does, it is immediately followed up with a 4-hit range, Brave plus HP attack, and any of the HP damage, 100% is converted to Brave. So this is an excellent way for him to get Brave back after each HP attack, so he doesn't have to worry as much about getting broken. I love that he gets this right off the bat, just at base, because it's just an additional way for him to do damage, especially once he has all those buffs up. He's going to be hitting pretty hard, guys. He will be hitting pretty hard. Now, 1-3, increases Brave damage, extends 2-3 extends duration of satellite by 3 turns, so now he has it for a total of 6 turns. And at 3-3 slightly raises the recast speed of satellite beam, so it goes from like slightly slow to normal, which isn't bad. It still takes a little bit to charge up, just from experience, but it's not bad, friends. Now, excuse me. Let's take a look at enemy launcher plus. Now, right off the bat, at 0-3, tremendously raises Brave potency. He's going to be hitting harder. 1-3 raises max Brave and attack. 2-3, he will grant himself satellite and 2 stacks of avalanche for 6 turns, which is pretty nice. All you have to do is use 1 grenade bomb, and there you go. You're at full stacks of avalanche. And having access to satellite right off of the bat, you can then start just going to HP attack plus, which is then followed up by satellite, which helps him clear out trash waves much faster. And at 3-3, when using satellite beam, just more Brave potency and moderately raises max Brave overflow limit. Now his bonus sphere is a D type, and I just realized I could potentially use this for Tifa. Is when breaking target or attacking a broken target, raises party max Brave by 5% for 6 turns. That's not bad. Party AoEs for spheres, the D types, they're usually on the lower end, 5% for max Brave attack, whatnot. So that's not bad. It's not bad at all, friends. It's not bad at all. So Barret himself, he's not bad. If you want to invest in him, he's a really good buffer to the team. He's a really good buffer. He doesn't have any type of Brave battery to the party, just to himself. So if you guys want to invest in him, I could see you guys potentially leaving him at 0-3. He's there for the party buffs. He's there for the avalanche buffs. He's there for the physical attack up buffs. And if you guys feel like you need just a little bit more oomph behind his attacks, and then take him to 3-3, because his satellite beam will be hitting that much harder, and that's not bad. I've gone to the point where I actually do have him maxed out on JP, and he brave leaks a lot, which I mean, I guess that's a con. But anywho, now let's take a look at his artifact passives before I go on to Tifa. Now, let me see. Planet's Protector Boost raises party's max Brave and attack by 5% when Avalanche is active. So right off the bat, you want this. Usually when I see party buffs, I prioritize that right away. Number 1, especially because this is max Brave and attack by 5%. So if you get 3 of these, then you will have 15% max Brave and attack on top of his avalanche, on top of his physical attack. So you guys are seeing what's going on here. He is an excellent party attack, physical attack buffer, guys. Remember that, physical attack. And then after that, I would, just from experience, because he Brave leaks a lot, I would say max Brave and then attack 108. But those two, it's up to you guys. If he's not hitting hard enough, attack 108, then max Brave. If you are noticing that he is hitting hard, he is Brave leaking a lot, then max Brave and attack 108. All right, friends. So now Tifa, aka Ultimate Waifu, aka anyone who loves Final Fantasy VII. Again, keyword that anyone who loves Final Fantasy VII, pretty much 90%, 95% likes Tifa. Now, if you guys are seeing right over here, you see this crystal finale color, this yellow. I remember one of my previous videos I talked about how T5 yellows. We're hurting for those. We are hurting for those, and then there are man, a lot of yellow Crystal Affinity characters are good. And now we have Balthier, and we have Bart's upcoming that should be yellow also. Please, more T5 yellows, please. All right, anywho, so Tifa is hardcore, a single target DPS unit. That's it. Her kit is not complicated. So with her, I'm going to talk about her second ability first, Battle Cry, because this is where she buffs herself. So upon using Battle Cry, she grants herself the Zanga Way for a few turns. Her 15 CP, I'm sorry, her 35 CP weapon, since I'm reversing it, will just extend the duration of the Zanga Way. Also with the Max Brave up that she does grant herself. Let's take a look at her Crystal 60 Strength passive. All right, so we'll increase the use of Battle Cry. It will lower its action delay. It will not increase a turn count. So a lot of the times on JP, even though it says very low action delay, she does act pretty much immediately, which is very nice. And the fact that it's a free turn, this lets her essentially reapply her buff on. She will raise her brave based on her attack, and this will decrease the friend support and summon support. But when the Zangan way is active, HP attack will turn into HP attack plus, which is just a brave plus HP attack. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Now, I love that this is a free turn and essentially she can go right away because this is an excellent way to charge up her EX weapon, which we will get more into in a second. So you can Zang away if you see that your EX is almost completely filled. She'll get max brave up. Her EX gauge will be filled, and then you can go right into her EX ability, which is pretty nice. It's pretty nice, especially with her 3/3 for her EX plus. Now, her first ability is called Beat Rush. Pretty simple. 3-hit melee brave plus HP attack. Her 15 CP weapon just will increase the potencies of it, and her crystal 55 strength. At base, I'm saying base because it does turn into Beat Rush plus. Now at base, this will have 150% max brave overflow. No longer does she have that brave requirement like before. This is where her rework mainly comes into play. It will trigger the HP attack immediately. When you break a target or attack in a broken target, which should be a majority of the time, Beat Rush will turn into Beat Rush Plus, which is it just hits harder and it has 180% max brave overflow. Now, if you don't attack you don't break an enemy or attack an enemy that's not broken, this will revert back to its base form, just regular Beat Rush. But again, you guys should have this up a huge majority of the time, friends. This is her main source of damage. Unfortunately, Battle Cry does not have an HP attack attached to it, but she does have several uses of Beat Rush. Now, her additional ability, I will say, unlike Barret, which I actually did not mention, I would probably just hold off on his Bloomstone. Now, Tifa's additional ability will raise her attack and recover one use of Beat Rush. I like that. It's beautiful. Usually with units that can recover their an additional use of either of their skills, that's great. That more longevity. But usually a lot of the times, like Squall, for example, his Bloomstone does not give him additional uses of his additional ability, but Tifa's does. It increases the uses by three. I'm sorry, by two. It at the end you have three uses of her additional ability, so you can essentially recover back three beat rushes throughout the fight. That's beautiful longevity. That's her one of her main sources of damage. So yes, I 100% recommend you guys get her Bloomstone, especially if you guys will be investing in her. Now let's take a look at her EX weapon, Motor Drive. Now we have had her weapon before, so this is repeating. It did come out during Barrett's when he debuted. Now, what Motor Drive does, it gives her Dolphin Blow. Now, Dolphin Blow is a 2-hit melee brave for its HP attack, 150% max overflow, and it will initiate a chase sequence right off the bat. So, right here, right there. Now, she will grant herself another unique buff called Fever Time, and this will extend the duration of the Zongo Wave for 3 turns. So this is a nice way to increase the duration of her Zongo Wave, especially if you're running low. Just increase it by another 3 turns, which is pretty nice. Now, while Fever Time is active, her Brave Attack will become Brave Attack Plus. Now, what Fever Time does, it makes it hit harder, raises critical rate and critical Brave damage, which based off of her kit with her beat rush, if you're breaking a target or attacking a broken target, normally when units or when enemies are broken, you will always land a critical during that moment. So she's going to be getting a lot more brave, or she's going to be stealing a lot of brave. Now, 1-3, slightly raises brave damage, 2-3, and extends the duration of fever time by 3 turns. So now she has it up to 6 turns. And at 3-3, slightly raises the recast speed of Dolphin Blow. So now we're at slightly fast. It charges at a really good rate. Not I wouldn't say as fast as like Setzer's when it's fully maxed out, like Setzer or Quist is that fast, but it's pretty quick, friends. It's pretty quick. Oops, wrong button. Hold on, let's get back in here. Now let's take a look at Motor Drive Plus. If you guys need a single DPS unit, take her to 3-3. Just no arguments. If she is waifu, or if you guys are looking for a single target DPS, 3-3 right off the bat. We'll get into it right now. So at 0-3 right off the bat, increase brave hits by 2, tremendously raise brave potency, and more max brave overflow. At 1-3, now this is where she gets her HP attack plus plus and her brave attack plus plus when fever time is active. And at 2-3, when the quest starts, she will grant herself fever time right off the bat, so she gets access to HP attack plus plus, which will help her essentially start beating down on these trash waves, these trap mobs before the bosses. And at 3-3, this is the beautiful part. I love this. Turns Dolphin Blow into Dolphin Blow combo, which triggers the following. Raises Brave based on attack before triggering a 3-hit melee Brave plus HP attack. Stolen Brave can overflow up to 200%, converts 50% of the damage to Brave, delays the target by 1 turn. So what this is saying is she will essentially do a beat rush, HP attack, back off. She will get Brave back off of the damage she deals. And it's a lot of Brave because she hits hard. She hits really hard. She's going to get a lot of Brave back. And then she will go back into Dolphin Blow, initiating a chase sequence. But of course, with this first part, with essentially the beat rush animation, she will delay the target. This is beautiful. What you can do with this is essentially right before her turn, if you know her EX ability is up, or you can the Zangan Wei into her EX ability to get Brave back and just another turn, use an ability to charge up her EX gauge. If you know that's about to happen, on the previous turn, if you have a Brave baddie, for example, Y'shtola is a great partner with Tifa. You can Medica, since Medica doesn't trigger an HP attack, right into Tifa, and since Y'shtola has really fast turn rates, she's pretty quick. You can then go into Tifa's Dolphin Blow combo. You will delay the target, and there's a really good chance that your third unit will participate in the chase sequence because of that delay. Especially if the enemy has Brave, you will break them and you will delay them, so you'll push them back 2 turns. So now you have essentially a 3-party chase. So Tifa dumps all her Brave, followed by your second unit, if it's not Y'shtola, if she didn't go right away, and by the with the third character. That's a lot of damage during chase. That's really beautiful. She is really good at essentially shitting on single target bosses, and the fact that she has a lot of skill uses with her beat rush and HP plus plus with her fever time, it recharges quickly. She is an excellent single target DPS unit. Now with her bonus sphere, critical attack long, when dealing a critical hit, raises attack by 10%. Now her artifact passives are pretty simple. Attack 108 and max brave. Okay, but we all know that RNG is a pain. RNG is a pain, especially with artifact passives. I know a huge majority of us are not happy with the way that this artifact passive system works because there's way too much RNG built into this. So that aside, if you guys cannot get attack 108, I could potentially see you guys picking up a mighty beat rush. It's not ideal. You still want attack 108 because you want all of her other abilities. You want her HP attack plus plus, her Dolphin Blow combo to still dish out some damage. But again, if you can't get attack 108 for the time being until you can get one of those mighty beat rush, I could see you guys taking this. If you can't get max brave 330, then that's where her multi-break boost will come in handy. So raises max brave by 5% for 3 turns upon inflicting a brave break. So there's that requirement. You have to inflict a brave break in order to get that 5% max brave up to herself. This can go up to 15%, but at that point it's really bad luck. But again, 108 attack 108 Max Brave 330 is ideal for her because she wants the damage, friends. She wants the damage. She has some nice overflow on her skills and her EX ability, but that's ideal. Now, the question we are all asking ourselves is, should you pull on this banner? Now, at this point, friends, it's going to be a little bit tougher to just outright say no, only because now that we're in the EX Plus era, as we start going along, this is what I love about the EX Plus era, the realization era, is the fact that a lot of these units are very viable. You can take them into a lot of these chaos stages and they will excel. They will do very well, especially if you set them up correctly, like in team comps. Now, at this point though, you have to start looking at your roster. Do you need a physical attack up buffer to the party? Now, this is where the cons come in for Barret. The main downsides for Barret is he is not a healer. I know Maria over here is a healer, but I mean, if you have Maria and you pair up with Barret, she's going to be hitting harder, but she's still at a base EX weapon. But again, like I said, if you guys can set up these parties correctly, they should do okay. Now, just Barret alone, though, I'm looking at Barret alone. Yes, it's usually 3 allies versus an enemy. Barret alone, he does not provide Brave to the party, right? He's not a Brave battery, and he does not have healing, okay? Do you guys need that in your party? If you can make up for that with one of the other units, for example, Agrius, Barret and Agrius, they will go well together. Barret is going to make Agrius hit a lot harder. More max brave to Agrius in Avalanche, and essentially more attack up. Again, with Avalanche and the physical attack up to the party, Agrius is going to hit much harder. Agrius has healing built into her kit. Upon using Knight's Pride with Agrius, she will heal the party's HP. So if you guys need a physical attack up buffer, Bear is he's not a bad option. If you guys already have Tifa and you guys don't want to pull for Bear, we do have Rosa on the horizon. She should be like 10 days from this event, which she is a good attack up Max Brave and Int Brave with her frame buff Rosa's Prayer. With that, she essentially gives the party. I looked this up. I also looked this up because I'm trying to compare the two. She will give the party essentially 50% Max Brave attack and Int Brave to the party, which isn't bad at all. And Rosa, she can brave the party, and she, with her EX Plus and her rework, she does now have healing built into her kit. Now, if you guys are just looking for an overall good unit, I would probably go with Rosa. But at that point, you gotta ask yourselves, do I want, again, a physical attack up buffer or a magic attack up buffer? If you have a healer to go along with Bear, a physical healer like Agrius, then this banner might be for you. This banner might be for you. Now, Tifa herself, again, she's an excellent single target DPS unit. But as we have seen DPS units come and go, because then on the horizon next month, another good single target DPS unit with AoE built into his kit is Sephiroth. We do have Sephiroth on the horizon. He's also another good unit. And Sephiroth can essentially have access to a free ability use after using his EX ability. That being said, I just forgot that Rosa, upon using her EX ability, she then gets a free ability use on the following turn. So Rosa has longevity in regards to that. Now, based off of that, if you guys do need an attack up buffer, then throw some resources at this banner and see what you get. You can just take Barret at 0 out of 3 in his realized form, and he should do okay, friends. He should do okay. Tifa, if you need that single target DPS unit, 3 out of 3, because as we know with DPS units, they need that 3 out of 3 to be at their absolute fullest potential. In regards to like longevity of how long these units will last in the meta, so to say, Barret should do all right as long as you pair him up with any type of physical attacking units. And Tifa, she'll do pretty good. I would say, like, we have a lot of good units on the horizon. Like we have 8 that are single target physical attackers, and I would say by the time we get to Vayne, that's a good indicator to replace said units, because just Vayne gets busted with his kit right here in the bottom right hand corner. Vayne is pretty good. We all know anyone that's pulled Vayne from before the free turns, he will hit harder. EX realize EX weapon, Vayne gets good. And of course, Zac right here, even though Zac, he can have AoE with his EX ability, Zac is a tank, Zac hits hard. So alright friends, so take those things into consideration. If you already have Tifa from before, I would probably skip out on this banner and try out for Rosa, because on Rosa's banner we also have Sabin, which is a magic DPS unit who also hits very hard. But if you have neither of these units, it's not a bad investment, friends. It's not a bad investment. But also we have the freaking potentially global first in February, which we won't. The Square Enix stream is at the end of the month, so this banner will run out. So again, friends, if you are looking for a buffer, a physical attack buffer, this isn't a bad banner to pull on. If you don't need them, then I would wait for another unit, for example, like perhaps Rosa. All right, friends. So now let's just quickly take a look at the worst bosses in Opera Omnia ever are turtles. Turtles are the worst bosses. I hate these things. I freaking hate these things. They're beefy. They're fast for turtles. They're huge. They're gigantic, but they're fast. What the hell? Now don't look at these. They don't have these weaknesses. I checked the JP side of the game, Barrett's Lost Chapter. They have none of these weaknesses. They do resist magic though, so keep that in mind. Any magic units won't be hitting hard. They'll hit like a wet noodle. I will say that Istola will come in handy for this, even though she is magic. She's there for the delay. She's there for the brave bat, especially with Tifa. I have seen team compositions of literally non-healers taken into this, but yeah, at that point you have to be careful. I have seen like a full Final Fantasy 17 like Barret, Cloud, and Tifa brought into this, and they've done well. Someone even brought Ultimisia somehow. I don't know how that worked. Someone legit brought Ultimisia, I believe, with Istola onto the party along with someone else. But again, just don't bring your magic units. Any of your most up-to-date physical attack or range units should be fine. Your Agriuses, your Clouds, your Locks should do all right. But of course, Tifa and Barret, and I guess Maria. If you guys can make Maria work, let me know. We'll are boosted for this event, so they'll be hitting that much harder. That is it for this video, friends. I thank you guys for joining me. This probably turned out a little bit longer than what I wanted to. I know I started getting into a little bit more of a rant. If you guys should start looking at these units, if you guys need them, then they're not a bad option. If you don't need them, skip out on that, friends. So thank you guys for sitting through that. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are on these units. Are you guys pulling? Are you guys skipping? Me personally, I already have Tifa. I pulled her EX weapon when Barret debuted. She's ultimate waiver for me. I have the T5s ready. I have the ingots ready. I have my one book ready to 3 out of 3 her. She's going to be maxed out. I'm going to be throwing any of my bonus spheres at her. All right, friends. So again, let me know down below in the comments if you guys will be pulling, or even if you're seeing this video afterwards, did you guys pull their weapons or did you guys skip? All right, friends. So until next time, good luck and have a good one.